Big news today from Serif. A brand new update for Affinity just dropped, and in this video I would like to tell you about what's new, what to expect, and how those new changes might affect the way we work. For weeks leading up to this update, something very unusual happened because Serif quietly stopped selling all Affinity apps and the buy buttons disappeared from their website, and it looked as if their store basically went offline. And here's something that really caught everyone's attention. Affinity's apps suddenly became available for free. It's a little bit harder for me to double check if this was really true because I own all the apps that are out there for desktop and for the iPad. So it's not super clear in my interface and for any interface of you who already had the apps. But if you go to the App Store, for example, on your iPad and you have a look at Affinity Designer version 2, you can see that there's a little subtitle sort of text that says that indeed it is for free. Many users have reported that they can now download the software without paying anything. Before this update, everyone in the community was making wild guesses what it is about, and I think the biggest concern was that Serif will roll out Affinity software with a subscription model, just like Adobe products. Some people were also wondering if it has to do with the Canva merger. Maybe there's going to be some integration between Serif software and Canva products. Maybe it's going to be a completely full rebrand with a new name. But, well, now we finally know. Serif has just rolled out one unified app that combines Designer, Photo, and Publisher. And it's completely for free. So there's one app to create it all, basically. So it's going to be one seamless, powerful workspace for everything. Now, here's what you need to know. I took some of the most important points regarding this update and I created this summary video for you so that you know the most important things about what is to come. First of all, Affinity is now for free. So Serif says that this app will be free forever. There will not be any hidden costs. There will not be a subscription model. A quick disclaimer is that this actually concerns right now only the desktop version. I was a little bit disappointed because I predominantly use the iPad. But if you take a look at the desktop version, which is for free, you can kind of anticipate what will happen for the iPad version, most likely next year. But I think it's also important to underline that, okay, it's for free and all the updates will be for free. So any new integrations that are to come to this big mega app that combines those three old apps into one, they'll be also getting updates on a regular basis and you will have access to all the updates without any extra cost. Next, what you need to know is that the vector pixel and the layout personas will be all under one roof. So what that means is now when you're working on a project, on a piece of illustration or any artwork, a piece of photography, you don't have to switch between the apps and you can do everything seamlessly just in one interface. Like I said, it's basically going to be like a 3-in-1. And I think it matters the most to those of you who already had this type of workflow that you relied on more than one app. For me personally, I did use 2 apps, always Affinity Designer and then also Affinity Publisher to put my coloring books together. So if you want to see the layout of a book that you're working on, then it's good to also use the publisher version of Affinity. So for me, I guess when I'm putting my digital products, this new version of 3-in-1 will be quite useful for me. On top of that, you can also customize your entire workspace. So that will mean that you can mix and match your favorite tools and you can build your own creative studio with kind of the essentials that you will be needing in your creative work. Next, we are getting a compatibility reassurance. This is important for those of you who have some ongoing projects. I'm very glad that the old versions did not just disappear from my interface because I have ongoing client projects that are happening 100% in Affinity. I'm illustrating books, puzzles, and greeting cards, and a lot of the projects are still not finished. There's a full compatibility. That means if you need to use any of your past work, nothing is lost, nothing breaks. That's what they say, and everything stays compatible. So you can just literally pick up where you left off and you can create further without worrying that something will be lost. And finally, your content isn't used to train AI. Serif made a statement that whatever you're working on will not feed any AI solutions, so they will not have access to your local files. You will keep creating the way you were creating so far, that everything is offline. You know, nothing is synced like in Adobe, and you have full privacy, and even if you need to opt in to something, it will be very clear. For example, I think I opted into sharing the performance data from my software because I don't mind, and I hope that this information will be useful for them to improve the app further. And even that, you don't have to give your permission, and all your personal data should be safe. For me, as someone who in particular creates illustrations, and there's like a flooding of, for example, coloring books or simple children's books on Amazon or some POD shops that use the AI solutions, it looks actually terrible. That's why I'm very, very much against. And that part of the new deal with the new update was very, very important to me, and I'm happy that they're still keeping the promise that we're kind of safe on the AI side. So to sum it up, Serif just made available for free, really to everybody, a professional grade creative software that is unified, has all 3 apps in one. Right now it's for desktop, but we can anticipate that exactly the same solution will be released for the iPad, like I said, probably next year, 2026. It's a very valuable tool. I tried using Adobe before for my work as a professional illustrator. And no, I still prefer working in Affinity. I'm glad that the old versions are still out there. I'm a little bit disappointed that the iPad is coming a little bit later. I have a video here on my YouTube channel explaining why I prefer working on the iPad, and moving forward for me and for my followers who take my courses and my tutorials, the update from me is that I will stick to the Affinity Designer V2, so version 2, because it's completely for free, so it's also going to be accessible to new users. Maybe some new people will like to try out my tutorials and my courses. So that means if you're an iPad user like me, you can safely keep working as usual while perhaps exploring the new desktop app in your own time without the pressure that you have to switch. I have a ton of courses for the iPad version, of course, because I'm a big fan of the iPad. I have more courses than I can fit on a single promotional slide, and new tutorials are in the making. I'm about to release a brand new course, hopefully next week. And since the V2 apps are now for free, I hope that I can encourage some people to try them out and participate in my courses. I also have many free tutorials about the Affinity Designer here on my YouTube channel, so I hope to see you there too. And I think it's going in a good, interesting direction that they made it for free, and maybe some people who are stuck in Adobe will get encouraged to try it out. In any case, please drop a comment below and let us know what you think about this new update. What do you think about the fact that it's for free? Is it going to become an even more serious competitor for Adobe, those people who rely on Adobe software for their work? And maybe tell us if you're considering switching in case you're not using Affinity yet, or you're using it not that often. If you would like to follow along and learn with me, don't forget to subscribe and to stay tuned on my channel. And I will see you in my next video update, or in my next tutorial, or in one of my courses. Bye bye!